Hello everyone, welcome to our chapter. Our chapter name is Animal Kingdom and we are discussing the topic Phylum Chordata. On Phylum Chordata, we are discussing the main topic here, that is Vertebrata. Okay, the Phylum Chordata having subphylums. The subphylums are Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Here we are discussing the topic Vertebrata. The main features of vertebrates are cephalization with special sense organs, ventral muscular heart, excretion and the osmoregulation takes place by kidney, and locomotion with paired appendages. Okay, then the vertebrata, the group vertebrata is divided into two divisions, agnatha and the gnathostomata. Agnatha means lowest or most primitive of all vertebrates. Okay, so Agnatha group is this one Agnatha. This is the features of Agnatha. This Agnatha group is the most primitive and the lowest vertebrates. Okay, which include only one class of living vertebrates, that is Cyclostomata. So the class of Agnatha, that is Cyclostomata. The class of Agnatha, that is Cyclostomata. Here we are discussing the features of the class Cyclostomata. The first feature, these are the lowest of the living vertebrates. Then 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits are seen. Vertebrates are having the common feature, they are having gill slits. Okay. So this vertebrata, the Agnatha, in the Agnatha they have the class Cyclostomata. They have 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits are present, and they are ectoparasites on fishes. Ectoparasites means they seen. Ecto means outside, okay, and they feed from the body of the fishes. Then the vertebral column is cartilaginous and the mouth is suctorial. Suctorial means they are parasites. Okay, so they are sucking their food from the body of the fishes, and the mouth is suctorial type and circular type. Okay, then they are marine. The feature that they are marine but migrate to fresh water for spawning. Okay, spawning means laying eggs. After spawning, they die within a few days. After spawning, the adult one die within few days. The larva, Ammocytes larva, that metamorphosis, and they form the adult and they return into the ocean. Okay. So very surprising journey of the Cyclostomata, or interesting journey of the Cyclostomata. Again I am repeating, vertebrata group divided into two types, Agnatha and the Gnathostomata. Okay. The class of the Agnatha, that is Cyclostomata. So first point, it is a primitive organism. Next point, it having eel-shaped body. Then mouth suctorial. Circular mouth. Okay, these are the ectoparasite on fishes. Ecto, E-C-T-O, ecto means outside. Then 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits are present in this organism. Then these are cartilaginous. The organisms are cartilaginous endoskeleton. Larval stage is known as Ammocytes larva. Example for this group is that lamprey, mixin, that are the example for this group. Okay, and these organisms are the marine but migrate to the freshwater for spawning. After spawning, they die within few days. The larva, Ammocytes, after metamorphosis, return to the ocean. And they have a distinct head containing well-developed sense organs of smell, sight and hearing, but they lack jaws. That's why the name is Agnatha. Agnatha means jaw-less. Next group of vertebrata, that is Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata. Okay, this Gnathostomata again classified into two classes. The two classes are superclass 1 and the superclass 2. Superclass 1 means pisces and the superclass 2 means tetrapoda. vertebrata divided into Agnatha and the Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata divided into two superclasses. One is pisces and the another one is the tetrapoda. Tetra means four. Okay, poda means appendages. Nale kale. Okay. So the pisces, superclass pisces divided into two types, chondric thighs and the ostick thighs. Chondric thighs and ostick thighs. Okay. Superclass 2 tetrapoda contains amphibia, reptilia, aves, then mammals. Okay. Amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammals. The general features of the Gnathostomata are they have the jaw. They have the jaw. The division Gnathostomata is divided into two superclasses. The superclasses are superclass pisces and superclass tetrapoda. Based on the nature of the endoskeleton. Okay, ഉള്ളിലുള്ള endoskeleton അനുസരിച്ച് the pisces again classified into two type, chondric thighs and the ostick thighs. Chondric. So here one clue is the chondric. See, so these organisms are cartilaginous. What is cartilaginous and what is bony? Bone is not flexible. Okay, bone is very rigid portion. The tip of our nose and our ears are flexible. Okay, so that type of arrangement, that type of material, that is cartilaginous. Cartilaginous. Bone is not flexible, it is very hard, but cartilaginous is flexible. You understand the difference between cartilaginous and the bone? Okay, so these chondric thighs are cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes. And ostick thighs are bony fishes. Ostick thighs are bony fishes. Okay. So the pisces group. Pisces means fish. Pisces means fish. They are classified into two types. Chondric thighs and the ostick thighs. We have to find out the difference between what are the features that differentiate this chondric thighs and the ostick thighs. So the first point is chondric thighs. Notochord is persistent throughout their life. That means the notochord is seen the entire of their life. The notochord will be seeing. And the scale, fishes having scale, chidambal. Okay, so the chondric thighs have placoid scale. The type of the scale which is seen in chondric thighs, that is known as placoid scale. Okay, the next is heterocercal caudal fin. Heterocercal caudal fin. Heterocercal means heterocercal. If you see in the tail of the shark, you can see a V-shaped structure. Okay, so that is heterocercal. Heterocercal. Caudal fin means tail fin. Then air bladder is absent. The organ air bladder helps the organism to live in water. So these chondric thighs have no air bladder. That's why the shark comes out. When you see any film or marine habitat, you can see the sharks will comes out from the water. Why they are coming out? To avoid sinking, they are comes out because they have no air bladder. Then the gill slits are separate. Okay, then they have no operculum. Gill slits are not covered by operculum. And they are having claspers. Claspers means the portion, the pelvic fin. Pelvic fin is modified a cartilaginous rod-shaped structure that is known as claspers. These claspers help the male partner to accommodate the female partner at the time of reproduction. Okay. Then the fertilization is internal and many are viviparous. Example for this group is Scoliodon. Scoliodon means shark and pristis are the example for this group. So I am repeating again the features of pisces. Notochord is persist throughout the life. Then skin is covered by placoid scale. Then the mouth is ventral. Then the fin, caudal fin, that means tail fin, that is heterocercal. Then they having the gills and the gills are not covered by operculum. And air bladder is absent. Hence they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. And they are cold-blooded. All fish or pisces groups are cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means they can fluctuate their body temperature according to the atmospheric temperature. Our body temperature is 36.9 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is always constant. It does not change with the environmental condition. But in case of fishes, their body temperature always fluctuating according to the temperature they are seeing. Then the sexes are separate. In male shark, connected to with the base of each pelvis is a cartilaginous rod-like structure that is known as clasper. So male shark having clasper. This clasper is seen in pelvic portion. Pelvic portion means near to the tail portion. Okay, pelvic portion, and it is a cartilaginous and rod-like portion. So this portion have the organism to accommodate the female at the time of copulation. Then the next we are discussing the features of the ostrich thighs. Okay, so here the main differences are cycloid or ctenoid scale. Here the name of the scale is placoid scale, and here the name of the scale is cycloid or ctenoid scale. And one feature that is chondric thighs are cartilaginous fish and ostrich thighs are bony fish. Here the tail is heterocercal and here the tail is homocercal. Homocercal tail. Okay. Then the mouth is terminal. Here the mouth is ventral, and in this group the mouth is terminal, and they have the air bladder, so it regulates the buoyancy, and the heart is two-chambered, and they are cold-blooded animals. All these features are same to the chondric thighs and the ostrich thighs. Then they having the gills, and the gills are covered by operculum, but in chondric thighs the gills are not covered by the operculum. Clear it is. Then the fertilization is external, and viviparity is rare. Mostly of the organisms are oviparous. Oviparous means laying eggs. But in case of chondric thighs, fertilization is internal and are viviparous. Viviparous means giving birth. Okay. So the common example for this ostrich thighs, that is hippocampus, seahorse. Okay, hippocampus is an hippocampus is an what is a hippocampus? Seahorse, kadal kudra. Then katla, rohu, catfish, fighting fish, angelfish. Okay, all these are the example for the group ostrich thighs. I hope all you can understand this topic. So here I am winding this topic pieces. Clear it is.